All right, so on your first takeoff, I'm not anticipating giving you a simulated inspection. So if we have one, it's going to be a real one, but we're going to do the same drill.
This is something I've been battling for years as a multi-engine instructor. This thing makes no sense. The industry standard since the 1950s has been to teach people two things: jam everything forward and suck the flaps up. I disagree.
We're challenging training conventions and doing pattern work in a DC-3.
You're kind of getting the full Monty today. Left seat with brutal crosswind. Your crosswind's gusting probably above 25 direct crosswind out here on this runway. But
yeah, that seems to be my luck with new airplanes.
It's a windy day in Arkansas, and I'm awaiting my final mission in the fleet here at Sky Ranch in Siloam Springs. This time, we're flying the legendary DC-3. When Gold Seal offered me this opportunity, I decided to immediately start my multi-engine training. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get it finished before this trip, but I got far enough into the process that I felt at least somewhat prepared before I got to work with Dan again. It's truly a privilege to be able to share the experience of getting some legit seat time in an amazing airplane like the DC-3, and also to share learning lessons from a pilot like Dan.
All right, Steve, well, we're getting ready to go fly the DC-3. We'll just brief a couple things on taxi out checklist. Have you do all that stuff. I'm going to help you, obviously, along the way. And then we'll get out there and we'll do some takeoffs and landings. It's a new airplane to you, so just give you some seat time and get you acclimated to that. And then we'll work our way into the entire engine failure scenario, okay? All that good with you?
Yep. I'd just begun my multi-engine training before this trip, and I stumbled upon something I was uncomfortable with in the emergency procedures checklist of the Seneca 1 I was training on.
This is something I've been battling for years as a multi-engine instructor, and some of the views that you expressed to me, you're right aligned with what I'm thinking here. This thing makes no sense. The industry standard since the 1950s has been to teach people to start 1, 2, 3, jam everything forward arbitrarily. And about 15 years ago, I had to revisit this and say, why?
On my very first multi-engine lesson, I struggled with this.
And power, mixtures, props, throttles.
They just hammered them, eh? Even though red line, we're not worried about that. We're just...
Well, we're on the red line. We don't want to be over it.
So did you floor them, or did you make sure you didn't go over red line?
And it's not just my flight school. This has been the established standard for multi-engine training.
And the standardized procedure goes like this. Check the mixtures, props, and throttle to ensure that you have full power. Check the flaps are up. And once again, they should be up. We just took off. It only takes a second to check. And it ensures that you're following a standardized procedure and doing it the same every time.
So while this is the standard training for the Seneca 1 and the multi-engine rating, I was also in the early stages of my T6 training at this time, and massive radial engines require very careful power setting. You can't just firewall it.
That may work for the Seneca 1 on this check ride, but what it's going to do is set you up for failure in life. You're not always going to fly a Seneca 1.
Dan's wide variety of experience definitely set him apart from any instructor I'd worked with before.
During the engine failure scenario, ha!
Oh my God.
Okay, now, what I wanted to show you is that you're a human being, right?
Yeah.
Were you expecting that?
No, I was not.
Okay, do you know what your body reaction was?
I leaned back.
You flinched. Do you know why you flinched? Because you're a human being.
Yeah.
And that's what your brain told you to do.
Yeah.
In 3 seconds, I'm going to do this exact same thing to you, okay? I want you to just remain rock solid calm, because here it comes. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ha! Notice the difference? What's the difference?
We briefed it.
We briefed it, and you were ready for it.
Yeah.
You were anticipating the problem. You lost 2 seconds of your life during that first scenario where you lost consciousness and your brain was not functioning. We have to remove that down from 2 seconds down to 0 because we're anticipating what is going to happen. You good?
We're good.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, let's go do it.
All right, let's do it. I definitely wasn't sure. Look at the size of this airplane. But I trusted Dan.
Let's review then. What were the winds?
Winds are 290, gusting all the way up to 23. So almost a direct crosswind. Pretty stout for a beginner. Are you sure you're able to do this?
Oh, I've got a pretty good handle on tail wheel. This is a big tail wheel, right?
It is a big tail wheel.
Fly it like it's the same as what I'm doing.
I'll fly it like a Cub. It's actually easier because it's got more mass, it's heavier, and I'm not going to let you screw it up. All right, I got the airplane. I'm going to get us out of this hole that we're in here right now.
I'd previously worked with Dan at AirVenture, but that was a little crazy. although that episode covers the startup and so on in real time, so I'm skipping it in this one.
All right, so while we're taxiing, you can read me the taxi checklist, which is right there.
Okay, brakes.
They're checked.
Flap handle.
Up.
Flap indicator.
0.
Flap handle.
Neutral.
Limiters.
They're set.
Light and nav instruments.
They're all set.
Light controls.
They're checked.
And then we're on the run-up now.
All right.
And there's no J3s around here.
So if you search DC-3 at flightshops.com, you can find that previous episode where we had some interesting things happen.
DC-3 blasted a Piper off the taxiway.
Shit.
36 RV runway 3.
We blasted a Piper off the runway.
All right, power just cleared me onto the runway.
DC-3, line point 80.
I'm looking for J3s. Silent Springs. DC-3 is going in position on 36 Silent Springs.
And your wheels are directly under the engine, so that's how you know you're not hitting lights.
Yeah, you can just get an overall sense of where you are, where your wings are, and where your wheels are. It's just I'm coming up 20 years owning this airplane, so
It's crazy.
Kind of fits me like a glove.
One of the family.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're holding that much rudder for crosswind, or you,
Yeah, that's just the tail tucking that way a little bit. We got a lot of wind from the west blowing the tail east, which blows the nose west.
right?
So it's wanting to weather vane that way. So which aileron are you thinking we're going to put in? There you go. Any traffic Silent Springs. All right, if you want to read the before takeoff checklist,
Okay, before takeoff, seatbelt sign.
it's on.
Colors,
Forward.
mixtures,
Auto rich,
no heat,
it's on.
annunciator panel warning lights,
They're all checked.
C and F flaps,
Confirm that the flaps are up or in the predetermined takeoff position. In this case, they're up.
trim,
Trims are set 3 zeros right there. There's 1, 2, and 3, all set for 0. So if we have an engine failure, we're not touching flaps or trim. We know it's set because we did our checklist.
right? Departure briefing,
Runway heading to about 1,000 feet. It's going to be a little bit bumpy. Hang on for dear life. Don't give up. Keep on flying unless you hear the magic words, which are
I have the airplane.
correct. If
Yep.
you hear that, then I'll take it. Otherwise,
And you want to do that quick briefing again?
if we have an engine failure, it's going to be engine failure, gear up, identify, verify, feather. And we're not going to touch the power. When we set this power, our power is set. We ain't touching it.
Right.
Our flaps are set, our power is set. We're not touching mixtures or throttles. We're going to put the gear up, verify it, and feather it, and climb straight ahead.
Alright, so dead foot, dead engine.
Dead foot, dead engine.
I'll play with throttle I think is dead,
Yes.
and then we're going to feather.
Yep. All right, so on your first takeoff, I'm not anticipating giving you a simulated engine failure. So if we have one, it's going to be a real one, but we're going to do the same drill. Engine failure, gear up, identify, verify, feather, okay?
Okay.
Keep your feet on the bottom part of the pedals, so we're going to let it roll. All right, put your hands on the throttles right there, nice and smooth now. Feet on the bottom part of the pedals. Easy on the throttles, easy. Now start pushing. There you go, sit. Easy on the throttles.
Yep.
Easy on your feet. There, right there. Good, let it ride. I'm going to help you on
Okay, power
set. All right. Now put your left hand on the yoke. There you go. Easy. Put a little more crosswind in. All right, let's rotate. Nice and easy. Just relax your upper body. You're doing fine. Hold her right there. Everything's good. Gears coming up. Hold her right there. You got her.
Climb for 84.
Right there. You're good. A little bit of right rudder.
Okay, trim.
There you go. Nose down a little bit. Nose down.
Right at where, 100, yeah?
You want 115 now. Everything's good. You got 2 good engines. Checklist is all complete. Now, a little bit of left rudder and left aileron. Let's make a turn to a west heading. Keep your climb speed right there about where you got it. Need a little bit of rudder before you add the aileron. Speed looks good. All your engine gauges look great. How's that for exciting?
Yeah, I know, it's just tense.
All right, there's 2200. I'm going to pull your power back to a nice, comfortable cruise power setting. Beautiful. Is that nice?
Yep.
Why don't you just maintain 2200 or more than 1,000 AGL. You can take it out to the right a little bit here. Just kind of play with the airplane a little bit. Just feel it. Kind of activate the rudders gently left and right. Just kind of feel what it does. Get some pitch sensitivity and get some sense of what your pitch trim is doing to help you. It's a 100-foot wingspan, so just give it time to do its deal. Beautiful. I like that, huh?
That's smooth.
So make a right-hand turn, and I'll put you on the left downwind, the 45 to the left downwind. You can go nose down a little bit. You're still gaining a little bit of altitude. There you go. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
Now you're kind of getting the full Monty today. Left seat with brutal crosswind. Your crosswind's gusting probably above 25 direct crosswind out here on this runway. But
yeah, that seems to be my luck with new airplanes.
all right, now go straight this way for just a second. We'll get just a little bit closer. We'll turn to the right. There you go. Now start easing the nose down. We're going to try to get down to 2,200 feet. Traffic's clear. Downwind's clear. I'll make an announcement. Make a right-hand turn for the downwind. Douglas DC-3 is entering the downwind, runway 36. Touch and go 36, South Springs. Beautiful. Now take a little bit of the motion out of your left hand. Hold that yoke nice and stable and steady. Even though the airplane is chopping around a little bit, try to give it firm pressure in the direction that you want and avoid the micro, tiny little left and right. You want to start taking those out. All right, I'm going to give you a quarter flaps. All right, now you can turn base. Now keep in mind, on base leg, you've got headwind or tailwind?
I got tailwind.
You got tailwind on base. That's right. So it's going to happen quick, so you'll need a steeper or shallower turn?
Steeper.
Steeper turn, that's right. Landing gears down, latch, channel neutral, pressure up, green light.
Might be turning base to final here instead of straightening out, eh?
Yep, I would. I got your power set for the lowest we can run in flight. There's your VASI, your white over white. I'm going to add you a little bit more flap.
We overshot final, so we're coming back.
Yep, you're okay. You didn't overshoot much. You're operating on Canadian standards. In America, that'd be totally fine.
I feel high.
Yeah, you are just a little bit. You're all right. Come on down.
And we're fast. Do I get some more flaps in there?
That's all the flaps we got.
Okay. We got gear down?
You got gear down.
I didn't even notice you do it.
Down latch, channel neutral, pressure up, green light. Your before landing checklist is all complete.
Fast and high, yeah?
You're okay. Put in a little bit of right rudder and a little bit of left aileron.
Got a slip?
It's kind of a slip. You just want to keep this left wing down as best you can here. Yeah, something right about like that.
Feel real high.
You're okay.
And fast.
You're 5 knots fast. You're going to be fine. See those double white boxes out there?
Yep.
That's our touchdown point.
Really? Okay, we're coming down steep.
All right, now keep your right rudder in. There you go. All right, hold her steady. Keep this thing down.
Round out.
All right. Hold her right there. All right. Now let's bring some power in. Rotate, come on up. Beautiful. Easy on the yoke, there you go. Nose down a little bit. All right, left hand turn, nice and easy. Keep that speed going. We'll just level off at 2,000 here, be fine. Any traffic at Salem Springs. Beautiful. All right, your descent and approach checklists are all complete. Everything else is good. Here to beam the touchdown point. I'm going to give you a quarter flaps here. There's quarters set. Gears coming down. Start a nice easy descent and a left-hand turn and line up for the runway. Landing gears down, latch, channel neutral, pressure up, green light. Got speed right on 90 around this corner. Looking good. You'll like this pattern quite a bit better, I think.
Yeah.
South Springs, DC-3 is left base, runway 36. Touch and go 36, South Springs. All right, lights are set, boost pumps are on. Flaps are coming to full. I'll start feeding in a little bit of rudder. Good. Hold her nice and steady. Easy on the yoke. There you go. Good. Ease some throttle out. Good. Hold her right there. Good. All right, bring some power back in.
You got it? Up to me, okay, yeah.
Nice and easy, easy. Hold this aileron in, there you go. Easy, now just relax, everything's good. Rotate. Positive rate, gears coming up. Hold it like you got it. Good, this will count for a workout for you. You won't need to go to the gym for a couple weeks.
Okay.
Don't forget to breathe, Steve.
I look like I'm not breathing?
That.
I would just say that there's some fairly intense moments there.
Yeah.
South Springs, DC-3 left downwind 36, touch and go 36, South Springs. All right, you got quarter flaps, gears coming down. South Springs, DC-3 is on base, turning final, runway 36, touch and go 36, South Springs. Now just watch your speed, keep your speed right there on 90, you're doing great. Lights are set, boost pumps are on. Flaps are not quite full, but they will be in a second here. All right, there comes full flaps. Beautiful, you're right on 90. I'll start feeding in a little right rudder, then left aileron, there you go. Put your hands right here. Now don't do anything drastic. I'll help you, we're gonna close them. You need some right rudder. More right. There you go.
That's all of it.
Okay, keep it coming. You're good. Now, nice, easy. We're gonna start to close the throttles a little bit right there. Good. Hold it. Good. All right, now start bringing some throttle back in. Smooth. Nice and smooth. There you go. Beautiful. You got it. A little more power. Power's good. Rotate. Trim.
The wind conditions were really tough down low, so we decided to get some altitude and simulate a hard deck for the engine failure on takeoff exercise.
On a day like today with this much direct crosswind, I don't want to give you your engine failure, because if I give you your downwind engine failure, it's going to be too much. If I give you your upwind engine failure, it's going to feel like you can't even hardly feel the engine. So there's almost no point in doing it.
There's 2500, level off.
Let's go to 3000.
Okay, climber 3.
Let the airplane do most of the work for you.
Yeah, this thing flies beautiful.
No, it does. It's smooth. Let's turn it a little bit to the west. We'll go right up into the wind, fly about a 290 heading. All right, your gear's down like it would be on takeoff, and I'm going to have you pull the nose up, and we're going to set power. Once we get power set, I'm going to take your right throttle and ease it back.
Oh, you're going to tell me which one? I was thinking you're going to make me figure it out.
I can do either one you want. You want a surprise?
I want surprise, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So I'm going to pretend we're in climb profile here.
Yep.
So we'll get the nose up.
Yep.
We're currently set for takeoff as if we just took off the ground. Want to set up fake hard deck. It's to say fake hard deck is 3000.
That's fine.
So we just lifted off, we're rotated.
All right, there's your engine failure.
Okay, so I got dead foot, dead right engine, gear up.
All right, it's
Let's
up.
identify. Or verify, is that?
All right, how would you verify it?
We're going to play at the right throttle.
Okay, and it is. All right. And then we would feather it. All right,
Okay.
now nose down.
I let my speed get too slow, didn't I? Or I was supposed to be 84?
Yep, 84.
Any of the other aircraft that you're going to advance up into, this won't work. Not only will you toast your good engine, but the other aspect of retracting flaps during an engine failure will literally kill you in a big airplane. So they're teaching you two things: jam everything forward and suck the flaps up. I disagree.
So what you want to do is get that real firm in your brain. Engine failure, gear up. Those got to come rolling out of your mouth. You know you got an engine failure, and that's going to prompt the rest of your routine. Engine failure, gear up, identify, verify, feather, boom, boom, boom. Flaps are in existing position because they were set before takeoff. Whatever they are is whatever they are. Do not touch flaps during an engine failure. Do not. All right, we're going to have to do one more S-turn out or 360 or something, so make it how you want it to be. Still got to give it more rudder before you start your turn. There you go. That's the sign of a true airman.
Yep.
All right, keep it coming down, or nose down. You're clean, so you can run the speed right on up there. Just level off at 2,000, keep it coming down, keep it coming down.
And I got
Springs DC-3 is on final for 36 sound. You can just hold it whatever altitude you got right here. I'm going to have to pull the nose up to get the gear down. All right, gear's coming down. Landing gear's down, latch, tail neutral pressure up, green light. Let's do some S-turns on final, still a little bit high.
How well does this thing slip? Do you do that ever?
We do. All right, now you're coming back into the picture. Looking good. Aim for the numbers now. Back to the right. Right there. You got it. Final gear check is good. Down latch, tail neutral pressure's up, green light. Now relax, easy. Put your hands right there. Don't close them yet. Hold what you got. Gonna need a little bit of right rudder, just a little bit.
Too much what I got?
No, a little bit more. Get on the center line, come on to the right. There you go. Good. Now hold it, hold it, hold it. We're gonna bring some power back. All right, close the throttles. All right, I got it. I got the airplane.
Got it.
I got it. Just there you go.
So much crosswind, eh?
Yeah, you just got to keep that rudder in there. Okay.
We dropped Brock off to get some B-roll from the ground. I was going to get to do one more takeoff, and then Dan was going to show me some advanced things.
Silent Springs DC-3 is going into position on 36, Silent Springs. All right, final's clear. You good?
Yep.
I'll put your left hand on the yoke, right hand on the throttles, and then you're looking right here. That's what you're going to do. You're going to bring those up together nice and smooth. Your before takeoff checklist is all complete, so you got a little bit of aileron in. DC-3 is running 36, Silent Springs.
Here we go.
Bring some power in. Beautiful. You got it, nice and steady. I'll bring in some more power. There's 35. There's 40 inches. Rotate. Easy, easy. Come on up. You got it. Come on up. Hold her steady. Here's coming up. Excellent. How was your takeoff? Did that pretty much unassisted, even in the crosswind. Nice job.
Cool.
Very challenging conditions out here today. It's a lot to throw at you.
So then Dan took over to show me how he could really fly this thing. But this is a good time to really get into his philosophy.
Hey, traffic at Silent Springs.
I'm a very new multi-engine pilot, so by no means do I want to sound preachy here, but I want to invite the community to discuss these issues. Dan says we should fly like we train and train like we fly. Yet this standard procedure of jamming everything forward and sucking up the flaps just won't work in anything but a primary multi-engine trainer. Anyway, please consider this the start to a conversation, and I'd love to see your thoughts in the comments.
Awesome to let you fly this thing like a Super Cub.
It's just a docile airplane. I mean, it's heavy and sluggish at the controls, but it's so responsive. It'll do what you want if you just know how to ask for it. I wish you could see it on a really calm day. I mean, this thing is, you can really have some fun with this thing. Silent Springs, the Douglas DC-3 is on the downwind for 36, full stop 36, Silent Springs. Okay, so I'm going to land it. I'm going to run the length of the runway on one wheel. You can imagine which wheel it's going to be today, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
The left one.
Absolutely. I had a wheel fall off after doing this one time, so I wrote a song. I said, "You picked a fine time to leave me, loose wheel." Silent Springs DC-3 is downwind turning base runway 36, full stop 36, Silent Springs. Idle's clear, final gear check is good. Boost pumps are on, landing lights are on.
Tail's still not down yet, right?
Correct.
I love how long it takes.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, tough day, man. That's a lot to handle in a crosswind.
Just goes to show you that Canadians are teachable.
Yeah.
Huge thanks to the sponsors and Patreon supporters for helping support this content, and in this case I also want to thank Gold Seal for bringing us down there, and of course thanks to Dan for hosting us. And we've now got more than 100 back catalog episodes. You can visit flightshops.com and search to find them. There's also giveaways, and it helps if you join our mailing list so we can reach you outside of the YouTube notification system. And until next time, keep your flight chops sharp.
Excellent. Nice job.
That was tough conditions, man.
Very tough. You did great, though.
Oh, appreciate it. Oh.